Hello, Ted. How are you today?
I'm doing excellent. How are you?
Awesome. Awesome. Great to see you. So, Ted Hanik from Hanik Health, correct?
Correct. Yeah, that's me.
All right. Fantastic, Ted. Tell us a little bit about what you do and why.
Yeah, so I assist people with reclaiming their health by, helping them to understand that they have a lot of power when it comes to their own diet, their mindset, reducing toxicity, detoxing from toxic burdens, and to really, I tailor it to each person. Each person deserves to understand that the system that we exist in, the allopathic system of medicine, is meant for acute trauma-based care. And so, I don't mean to be confronting to people, but basically it's really valuable to
Right.
learn that that system is meant to be kept for acute trauma-based care. And if you're looking to the system to treat you for your overall health and wellness and preventative medicine, it's not really doing a very effective job at that, and it's really limited in its scope. And so I really empower people. Like, doctor means teacher. So I'm no doctor, but I can teach you how to take care of your own health and to be in action on raising your vibrational frequency and having more abundance, having more of a life you want, where you're not sick and feeling low energy, you're abundant. And then it's really about, like, what are you up to? So I help people with mindset, overcoming self-sabotage. I'm also heavily invested in superior hydration. So hydration and water has become a major focus of my health practice because the water that I represent is game changer for people. So we can talk about that further. But yeah, that's me in a
I love
nutshell.
it when you use a word that I'm totally familiar with. Like you just used the word empowerment, and I just did a whole different video on that in terms of like what I do to empower people to learn more about the housing industry. And I know it's two totally different industries, but that word empowerment I think hits hard for some people because we want that when we're learning from someone. How did you get into all this, and what was your motivation factor for starting up in this industry?
Yeah, great question. So I've always been interested in health. I mean, as it pertains to my fitness. So I was very much into powerlifting, weightlifting. Then I got heavily involved in CrossFit. So I was a competitive CrossFit athlete for a number of years. And then I started looking at, like, well, how does my sleep affect my performance in the gym? How does my diet affect my performance in the gym? And it became like these tiny incremental changes that you make that would make monumental shifts in the ability
Wow.
for me to move more weight and to feel more resilient. And then it really took a whole nother leap when my wife, I got married, and she was pregnant early on. And then I started really researching, like, vaccines and learning about, like, how best to support her during the pregnancy. And then it just opened my eyes to a whole different realm of health, which was more natural solutions, a holistic approach, looking at your home products, so like the makeups she was using, the soaps we
Wow.
were using at home,
So it's
about
like a mind shift thing. You said mindset. So these were like incremental mindset hacks that you had and these little aha moments that led up to this monumental moment where you decided to make a change, or were they little changes one by one?
it was a, incremental. I mean, some movements were quite large. Like, I told her, throw out all your makeup basically overnight, and she didn't like that. But some things took some more time. But it's like, look, if you're in a place, I know this can be confronting for people. Like, I'm somebody that, if I learn something and I say, hey, there's a better way to do it, I just do it, like, immediately, and I take it on and I try it out, and then I see for myself if it works. And then it's like, I've done that. I've evaluated, tried things, and switched. But if people are confronted, I'd say, look, let's change one thing this week or this month, and then next month we'll change another thing. If it's like your laundry detergent, let's, like, when you finish that Tide you're using, let's throw it out and let's change it out to something that's more holistic. It's not going to be so toxic for you.
We
But
do
if
that
you're
in marketing a lot, just changing one thing and seeing what a big change it makes. But it's interesting that you apply that to the health that you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I meet people where they are. I mean, obviously, I'd love massive change rapidly, but if that's something you're not invested in, like, we can do it incrementally. And incremental change is still, like, think of what you could accomplish in
Huge. Yeah.
6 months. Think of what you could accomplish in a
Well,
year.
for example, if you just switch out, your everyday sandwich with like an everyday salad, I mean, that's a small incremental change, but I think it could make a huge monumental difference. Is that how you consult with people on a regular basis? Do people come in and see you to make small changes? Or how do you actually work with people one on one?
Yeah, so typically people come in with I contact or they contact me through my either my Facebook or through my website, and then we book an initial consultation similar to this where we just
Right.
get to know each other for 15-20 minutes, and then I'll send them an intake form, and I'm moving into the realm of not only health coach but also mindset, overcoming
I
self-sabotage.
think that's great. Yeah.
So I'm getting certified as a self-sabotage coach. So that's
Tell me more
really,
about the self-sabotage. That's a term that I'm starting to hear more and more.
yeah, it's a fascinating topic. I credit my mentor, Jason Christoff. He's been a major influence on me. And it's something that has really transformed my own life because look, you can change your diet, you can take supplements, you can go for walks, you can work out, but you're not a robot. You know, you're a mind and a body, and your mindset will also affect your biology. So
Absolutely.
if you got a really toxic mindset, doesn't matter how much you're approaching your health in a holistic way, you're still going to be compromised. So the self sabotage is really all about looking at your subconscious mind and looking at the subconscious mind, like the influences that are impacting your subconscious mind. And I really educate people to.
Toxic thoughts almost lead to toxic actions and toxic health. Is that kind of what we're saying here?
Absolutely. So the subconscious mind is a safety protocol for the way your body and your mind functions. So whatever age you are, you know, if you're 30, if you're 50, if you're 80, if you're here still, your subconscious mind has done a bang up job. You're still here and you're protected, you're safe. But a lot of times the safety protocol is not going to lead you to your best life. And if you've got embedded information in your subconscious mind from your childhood or from your upbringing, from the movies you're
Oh,
watching, the
yeah.
TV you're watching, and it's pushing you down a path of ill health or making ill-informed
Toxic thinking. Yeah.
toxic thinking, like this is really what if you look at our popular culture, like if you go back to our grandparents era and you look at popular culture, I mean, look, it was a family unit and people had you know, talking to their neighbor, hey, how's it going? And you look at popular culture now and it's like a dumpster fire.
It
and
really
then
is.
and then we wonder why people, there's a disjointed family unit. People, drug use and depression is through the roof. People are disconnected, and if you look at what's going on right now in the world, it's like we're being torn apart even more, and we were
Absolutely.
already super disconnected.
Yeah.
So the subconscious mind, what people don't realize, subconscious mind drives upwards of 90% or more of how you interpret and make sense of the world and how you exist in the world.
Fascinating.
And so I assist people with looking at their past and isolating the components from their past that are shaping their future and their present. And so then we can like drive the boat or the ship towards a new direction. And you go, hey, I don't like the way I'm existing. So we can always change it. We can always rewrite it. But without a skilled self sabotage coach, you're destined to repeat the same patterns over and over and over again. And so it really comes from surrounding yourself, like surrounding your environment with the messages and the things that are going to catapult you to a better life. And if you don't isolate and recognize how these things are working on your subconscious mind, you're just stuck. You're just going to be stuck.
I need that message in front of so many other people. That is so powerful. And I couldn't have said it better. You really worded that well. Um, how do people usually find you to contact you to get this kind of help? I mean, you have so much to say, and it's really like it's such an important message. It needs to be flashed up on every media platform, including social media, all the news media just needs to go away because it's all completely toxic. And I'm sorry if I'm speaking out of line, but like this is the kind of mindset we need to be focused on right now. And backstage, you and I discussed like the more holistic approaches that are coming. I mean, I wouldn't say mainstream, but they're becoming more popular in the small communities that we've seen with the CBD, the essential oils, and various types of body patterns that can be corrected. How do you attract your targeted audience to get your message out to them other than screaming it to the mountains?
Yeah, great question. So, I've been really working very diligently to build my social media following. I have like 2,500 different Facebook friends, and I engage with them on a daily basis. I post content daily. I do interviews on my Facebook, and I'll broadcast that live. I have a YouTube channel, which I'm focused on putting out great content on there
Great.
too. I meet people locally. This is all pretty new for me. I mean, I've been in a period of study and reflection, And it's only in the past, I'm going to say, year and a half to 2 years where everything's kind of come together, and I've started to put together my own message and my own brand and my own outreach to empower people. So you're meeting me at a time when I'm building, and
I
I'm
think
figuring.
you're up and coming, Ted, for sure. I think that you're above, I think you're beyond like where most people are right now. And I think you positioned yourself perfectly in this market and in this community, in this society, I guess just to say, just to get your word out there. This is the right time for the right message. We just got to get you out there more. I think you have an amazing message to say. What else do you want to tell people that are watching, or how can we get your message out there a little bit better for you?
Yeah, well, I really appreciate the exposure. I appreciate being able to share my message. I'm also heavily involved with superior hydration. So I assist people to change their water and change their life. So most people don't realize that there's 75% water, if not more. Different areas of your body actually utilize more water, and your thoughts flow through water. So
Really?
I drink a water that comes out of a ionizer machine that comes out of Japan. It's classified as medical equipment, and fundamentally changed my life.
Wow.
So I assist people, I educate them about water, the dangers of toxic tap water, and how to optimize through water. Water is huge. So that's one part of the component of what I offer. I also offer health coaching, self-sabotage coaching. I have a program on the horizon here I'm going to be announcing on November 5th. So another integrative health practitioner, a close friend of mine, Sinjin Larson, we're putting together an amazing 21-day functional medicine detox. So
I love it.
functional medicine detox is focused on your liver, which is your master filter. So imagine your car, right? Like I'm 47. Imagine a 47-year-old car with a filter that's never been changed or
That's not going
cleaned.
to work.
Not going to work. Not going to work. So most people don't realize that when you step out, even in the house, there's toxicity in the house. There's toxicity all around us. There's over 100,000 man-made chemicals in our environment that we're being permeated with. So people really deserve to detox. And if you're struggling to lose weight or you just don't feel good, then detoxification is where it's at. And detox has become a bit of a buzzword, but this is fundamentally different. It's focused on the liver, and it's giving your liver the specific enzymes it needs to mobilize and excrete toxicity. So people typically will lose on a 21-day detox. I mean, you could lose 10 to 20 pounds in 3 weeks very,
Wow.
very safely. And by the end, you'll have bounding energy. You'll feel completely different.
I
And
can't wait. Yeah, I want to hear more about that for sure.
yeah, it's going to be incredible. And we're taking all the things that we're talking about and we're bundling it. So it's going to be not only the detox, but it's also mindset, self-sabotage coaching. We're going to be doing work to help people overcome self-limiting beliefs.
Wow.
And
Oh,
we'll,
yeah. One more thing that reminds
yeah,
me, when people have an issue or they don't feel good, I feel like for the most part, they're just like, well, this is how I am now, and this is how I've been molded, and here's how I am going to be for the rest of my life. That couldn't be further from the truth. What do you say to people like that just have that, mindset of like, well, I guess I'm just blank now. I guess I'm just always going to be tired, or I guess I'm just always going to be whatever it is.
yeah, I asked them questions. Were you always like that? If you meet any child, a child has a growth. There's two different things to really recognize: is growth mindset versus fixed mindset. So in growth mindset, you're thinking about opportunities, you're thinking about possibilities, like you're dreaming, right? You're like a child, you're thinking about, I want to be a fireman, I want to be an astronaut, I want to drive race cars, I want to do, and like at a certain point in life, people start telling you no, or life starts hitting you in the face, and you make a smaller and smaller and smaller lane for yourself within which to exist. It's like this.
You're so
And
right. Yeah.
and I assist people to see that that's just a mindset. That's all it is, a mindset. And you are limitless and you are powerful. You generate the words you speak will create your reality. And so
Love it.
you gotta be really careful with the words that you speak and also the words you tell yourself in here. Because if you speak into existence lack, or I can't, or I won't, then guess what's going to show up for you? And I assist people to see if I can ask them good leading questions and open them up to imagine, use your imagination again, use your creativity. You can do whatever you put your mind to. You get emotionally invested in a goal and keep that emotion. The emotion is what drives the results. And so the thoughts create feelings, feelings create action, and it's all about being in action. That's why it's really helpful to have a really skilled coach to keep you in action. And because sometimes I believe in you more than you believe in you, because
Absolutely.
I know you can achieve whatever you put your mind to, because you are powerful.
You are phenomenal, Ted. Thank you so much for this interview.
Oh my gosh.
I feel so motivated and energized just from speaking with you today. Absolutely. Such a pleasure to be able to do this interview with you.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate the opportunity and allowing me to speak from my heart. It's energizing to even share it.
Yes, you do it well. And I'll be posting this in the group, and I'll share it on your personal page as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.